Heaven's throne room fell silent that day. Even the seraphim ceased their eternal praise. What Michael witnessed would forever change the course of creation itself. My children, this message cannot wait, for the ancient shadows are rising again, and you must know the truth. My precious children, draw near to what I reveal in this crucial hour. The heavens themselves tremble as prophecies of old align with stunning precision before your very eyes. The veil between past and present grows thin, and ancient mysteries must now be unveiled. Today, I pull back the curtain of time to show you what truly transpired in those fateful moments when darkness first challenged light, and why this ancient battle now erupts in your generation. The story of Michael, my faithful warrior, holds secrets that will shake the foundations of everything you thought you knew. In the beginning, before time drew its first breath, heaven existed in perfect harmony. The morning stars sang their celestial symphony, and all the sons of God raised their voices in pure worship. Lucifer, most radiant among all created beings, led this divine chorus. His voice soared above the heavenly host, carrying pure praise to my throne. But through the corridors of heaven, another watched, understood, and saw what others could not. Michael, my trusted warrior, observed as the first seeds of pride took root in Lucifer's heart. Day after day, moment by moment, the worship began to shift. What once was pure adoration slowly transformed into something else, something tainted by ambition's poisonous touch. Many souls through the ages have questioned, where was Michael during Lucifer's rebellion? Oh, my children, if only you knew. He stood exactly where I positioned him, in the shadows, watching, waiting, gathering intelligence. While Lucifer whispered his seductive thoughts to other angels, Michael strengthened his resolve, prepared his strategy, and positioned himself for the battle that would shake the very foundations of heaven. The truth I now unveil is this: Michael's apparent absence was actually my divine strategy. He was my hidden weapon, my faithful warrior preparing in secret for the moment when Lucifer's rebellion would erupt like a festering wound in the perfect flesh of heaven. But why do I reveal these ancient mysteries now? Because history spirals toward its predestined culmination, my children. The same spirit of rebellion that infected Lucifer now spreads across your world like a consuming fire. The signs manifest everywhere, yet so few have eyes to see them. Observe how your world fractures and divides. The chaos that spreads through nations, the turning of hearts away from truth. These are not random events scattered by chance. They are echoes of that first rebellion, now manifesting in your time with terrible purpose. Just as Lucifer convinced 1/3 of heaven's host to follow his deception, multitudes now fall prey to the same seductive lies. When Lucifer finally revealed his true intentions, many angels stood shocked and unprepared. But Michael, he stepped forward without hesitation, ready for this very moment. Similarly, I have positioned my faithful servants today, my modern-day Michaels, to stand ready for what comes next. Your world speaks empty words of peace and unity, but beneath these hollow promises, a war rages for humanity's very soul. The same deception Lucifer used in heaven, "You shall be as gods," now sweeps across your nations like a poisoned wind, infecting hearts and minds with its toxic promise. But take heart in this truth. Just as Michael stood prepared then, I have prepared you for this crucial hour. The signs multiply daily. Nations rise against nations in unprecedented ways. Knowledge increases beyond human comprehension. Hearts grow colder than the ancient prophets could have imagined. Truth becomes branded as lies, while lies parade themselves as truth with shocking boldness. My children, understand this deeper truth. Michael's seeming absence during the rebellion's early stages represented not weakness but divine strategy. Similarly, what appears as the church's weakness in these last days actually reveals my strategic positioning of the faithful remnant. Just as Michael gathered intelligence about Lucifer's movements, you must now discern the enemy's schemes with heaven-given wisdom. The rebellion in heaven began subtly, questions that seemed innocent but carried deadly poison. Did God really say? Could his way be improved upon? Might there be another path to glory? These same questions now echo through your institutions of learning, your media channels, your governing bodies, and yes, even through some who claim to speak in my name. The spirit of rebellion wears modern garments, but its nature remains unchanged since that first defiance. But here rises hope like the morning sun. Just as Michael stood ready when confrontation could no longer be avoided, you must now stand prepared. The battle that began in heaven approaches its final chapter on earth. The enemy's tactics remain unchanged. Only the battlefield has shifted to your world. My beloved ones, hear this warning. When Lucifer finally revealed his true nature in heaven, many angels stood paralyzed with shock. But Michael stepped forward with authority, fully prepared for this moment. This is why I sound this alarm now, so you will not be caught unaware as those angels were. The signs accelerate with each passing day. Technology promises godlike powers to humanity. Truth and deception blur until many cannot distinguish between them. Those who stand for righteousness face increasing persecution. My word and my ways face mockery and contempt from those who should know better. But remember this eternal truth. Just as Michael appeared absent but was actually preparing, I am preparing my faithful ones in this crucial hour. The world may see weakness in my church, but I see warriors being positioned. The world may perceive defeat, but I see victory being prepared in secret places. The time for lukewarm faith vanishes like morning mist. The age of casual Christianity draws to its close. Just as Michael had to choose his position before conflict erupted, you must now choose where you stand with unshakable conviction. The rebellion that began in heaven now reaches its climax on earth. The same pride that infected Lucifer now corrupts systems, institutions, and countless hearts. But just as Michael stood ready then, you must stand ready now with unwavering resolve. Watch as Michael watched, with divine discernment that peers beneath surface appearances. Prepare as Michael prepared, in spirit and truth, leaving no room for compromise. Stand as Michael stood, unmoved by popular opinion or peer pressure. Fight as Michael fought, with heaven's authority backing every action. The enemy's ancient tactics remain unchanged since that first rebellion. He still questions divine authority, promises false freedom, twists truth with subtle deception, offers power without submission, and presents rebellion as righteousness. But neither has the victory changed. Just as Michael emerged triumphant, so will my faithful ones rise victorious in this final battle. My children, grasp the significance of these times. The parallel between heaven's ancient conflict and your present day is not mere coincidence. It is prophecy unfolding before your eyes. The same spirit that worked in Lucifer now operates in those who reject divine authority. But the same spirit that empowered Michael now strengthens my faithful ones. Your world speaks of evolution, progress, and new morality, but these are the same ancient lies in modern packaging. Just as Lucifer convinced angels they could rise above their created purpose, today's spirit of the age convinces humans they can redefine truth itself according to their own desires. But take heart and stand firm. Just as Michael wasn't caught unprepared, you need not be caught unaware. The signs blaze across the sky like lightning. The warnings sound like thunder, and my spirit reveals truth to those who have ears to hear and hearts to understand. What appears as chaos actually fulfills prophecy with perfect precision. What looks like defeat positions you for victory. What seems like weakness prepares you for divine strength. The hour grows later than many realize. The parallel between heaven's rebellion and earth's final conflict nears completion. Just as Michael rose at the appointed time, you must rise now. The question echoes through time. Where was Michael? But now an equally crucial question resounds. Where are you in this final hour? Will you stand as Michael stood with unshakable loyalty? Will you prepare as he prepared with divine wisdom? Will you fight as he fought with heaven's authority? The battle that began in heaven races toward its conclusion on earth. The enemy knows his time grows desperately short, which explains why his deception intensifies daily. But just as Michael was positioned perfectly for heaven's conflict, I have positioned you for earth's final battle. Hear this final warning with all seriousness. The spirit of rebellion that first manifested in Lucifer now stages its final uprising. The deception that began with, "Did God really say?" now manifests as truth is relative, and each person can be their own God. But my Michaels are rising across the earth. Those who have watched, waited, and prepared now move into position for the greatest spiritual conflict since creation began. The battle that began in heaven will reach its conclusion on earth. And just as Michael emerged victorious, so will my faithful ones stand triumphant. Rise up, my children. The time of preparation draws to its close, and the time of engagement arrives. Let those who have ears hear what the Spirit declares in this crucial hour of history. The parallel stands complete, the warning rings clear, and the time for action has come. Who will stand as Michael stood in unwavering faithfulness? Who will rise as Michael rose with divine courage? Who will fight as Michael fought with heaven's authority? Your world rushes toward its appointed destiny. The ancient conflict nears its final chapter. Stand ready, stay vigilant, and remember, what began in heaven will end in glorious victory on earth. My precious ones, this urgent message must reach every corner of earth before time runs out. Share this divine revelation with those who have ears to hear and hearts to understand. Subscribe to this channel to receive more prophetic warnings and revelations for these last days. The harvest ripens, and the time grows short. Let those who stand with Michael rise up now.